What's going on, guys? It's the Well-Team crew, and we're back for a new video. It's me, Amir.
What's going on, guys? It's me, Amir.
We got the boys back, and if you can't tell, we're here to talk about Mortal Kombat 2. This movie came out last week, and as you can tell, we're pretty big fans. I'm wearing my Shao Kahn helmet. Amir's got his Johnny Cage sunglasses, and we wanted to make a special video and discuss one of the most anticipated characters joining the movie, Johnny Cage. Amir had some thoughts on it, and him and I don't necessarily fully agree. So we wanted to do a video and see what you guys think. Amir, go and let people know, what are your thoughts on Johnny Cage?
Cool. So I think it goes without saying, both of us loved Mortal Kombat 2. I think it's a great time. It's a big improvement over Mortal Kombat 2021. I give the movie like a 9 out of 10. And I have seen the movie so far 3 times with various different groups of friends that always wanted to watch it with me. So I was thinking about it over this last week, and one thought that I couldn't really shake out of my mind is I loved every single aspect of this movie for the most part, except Johnny Cage. And I think the best way to describe Mortal Kombat 2 as a movie is it feels like a love letter to the fans and to Mortal Kombat as a franchise. But one thing that I felt is everyone gets to have that kind of love and adoration for their source material, whether it's their costume design, their personality, their special moves. Like when they're fighting, it feels like they want to homage the games, and for some reason, it felt like they didn't want to do that with Johnny Cage. And we were hearing this coming from Simon McCoy, Jeremy Slater, and even Ed Boon as they were on this press tour, talking about how this is a very different version of Johnny Cage. And I don't blame Karl Urban. I think he's a great actor, and I think he does as well as he's could with the direction that they gave him or the writing that happened. But it felt like he was Jake Cage, as I kind of coined earlier on, where he doesn't, to me, doesn't feel like the character, and it's almost like Cole Young 2.0. Like if you're looking at the arc of Cole Young in 2021 and the arc that they want Johnny Cage to go on in this movie, it's almost parallel. But because 2021 is less bloated as a movie, they actually spend more time kind of earning said arc for Cole versus for Johnny, since it's the second co-lead. He doesn't really get to feel like he earns this arc where you kind of.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. I think Jake Cage, I know you're doing it as a joke. He really is nothing like Jake Skywalker. I don't think it's anything disrespectful to the character. How you said they didn't treat the character with the same adoration. I mean, they literally did Uncaged Fury, where it is maybe a 2-3 minute trailer sequence of him in the 90s wearing his MK11 costume, where it's just great cheesy action. Like, I love when
that one's great.
The girl shoots the missile, goes down this way, but then it goes up that way and hits a missile or hits a helicopter. That stuff's all great. I can concede, I think maybe Karl Urban is older than who we would have wanted to play Johnny Cage, but I think for the story they were trying to tell, to have a because you're saying he's a Cole Young 2.0. I don't really agree with that, but I think in a way you can think this is really Mortal Kombat 1, because a lot of people said that the first Mortal Kombat movie didn't really feel like Mortal Kombat. It felt like pseudo Power Rangers and like Arcana, and having so many things that were not necessarily part from the game,
part of the franchise.
So from the franchise. So I think sure Johnny and Cole are going to have some similarities in the idea of being the fish out of water in this tournament and being dragged in and to rise to the occasion. I think Johnny does that all very well. I think that's all done very well, and I think the arc he has in this movie is 100% earned, because he comes in, and as he says in the movie with Raiden, he has one chance to make a difference in this world, and he squandered it because his fight with Katana, he did not take it seriously. He essentially threw the round because he was not prepared, and he did not train in the Sky Temple like they were telling him before the tournament.
Yeah, but my biggest problem with Johnny Cage, and this also goes back to the writing, is like he doesn't really feel like an active character. Like he really doesn't do much. Like,
what do you mean?
When we saw it in theaters the first time, like I literally leaned over to you and Owen. I'm like, when I saw him lose to Katana, I'm like, is this like a double elimination tournament, or is he just like knocked out? And then you see him, which was a great reference to the finish him, and he falls over and stumbles. But I'm like, this is your supposed main character, which also kind of feels like false advertising because it's Katana, which I think is great, and that makes more sense. It should either be Katana or Liu Kang as the main character, but I want to judge it as the movie that it is. But for Karl Urban and Johnny Cage, it feels like he is a spectator in this story. Where if you're talking about needing him to rise to the occasion and become something greater, and Raiden keeps saying the Elder Gods chose you for a reason. They see something within you. Then I'm like, why wouldn't you have him have a more important role in the story? So like for Johnny Cage, I think a core part of his personality is like overconfidence, and he's obnoxious. And you don't feel that at all from Karl Urban. He's playing him like self-pity and depressed. And I get that
ED.
that's where they want him to start, but I'm like, you can still have that same arc of lovable asshole turns into like hero, and it would work perfectly and it would feel more authentic to the character. But it feels like because maybe they needed a bigger name for Mortal Kombat 2 in order to pull more audience from the last movie, because they didn't really have a big star. It felt like they compromised who Johnny Cage is in order
To
to
make
make
it
it
fit with
fit that
Carl.
older actor who Johnny Cage, I would say, isn't really funny. Like you're laughing at him, but not in a good way. Like Kano outshines Johnny Cage in the humor department. In the action
Uh,
department, he's outclassed by everyone else. Do you agree or no?
uh, in the humor department, sure, I think Kano outclasses him. I put that on the writing, but yeah, I agree. I think Johnny Cage could have been funnier. He could have been more of a dick. But I think when he's taunting Baraka, that's A1 Johnny Cage. That's perfect, and he's not ready to fight. I'm like, that is
That's
Johnny
great.
Cage.
Yeah.
That is all good.
The shit
Uh,
talking, that's great. I agree.
and
Supposed
how
to
you're
got more
saying
of that though.
how you're saying how Raiden says he was chosen by the Elder Gods, right, for this tournament, and you don't feel like he really had a grand thing. He was the only Earthrealm defender to go in and stop and break Shinnok's amulet. Sonya was knocked out. Liu Kang was
But they
killed.
were busy fighting Shao Kahn because they were still in the tournament. They were
It,
actually
it,
stalling like in order for them not to instantly lose the tournament.
well, no, they got knocked out, and then when Jax was dead, Kano came and said, "Oh, we have to destroy that amulet."
No, they weren't knocked out. They got teleported after Shao Kahn gets the kill. For some reason, they get teleported to their next match, and then they're kind of gone for a bit. But neither Sonya or Liu Kang are knocked out. Not there. Not
Okay,
yet.
yeah, but then for what Raiden was saying, how you were chosen by Elder Gods, that was his purpose, was to go in and destroy the amulet so they can actually beat Shao Kahn. Because
So
it
then,
didn't mean some grand thing like how Liu Kang was saying. His destiny was not to stop Shao Kahn, it's to get Kung Lao. Johnny Cage is the reason why he was chosen, was he was there to stop and break the amulet to allow Katana to win.
but
Like sure, you can say
it's
it's
like
not
so
a
lackluster. Like, so even when they're doing a 3v1 against Shao Kahn, Johnny Cage is there, and like Jax, Liu Kang, Sonya, they're all essentially badass, and they're fighting Shao Kahn, and you just see Johnny Cage running in the background trying to grab the amulet, and I'm like, if this is supposed to be like a celebration of the character, and you're supposed to feel like he's badass, like why isn't he partaking in the action? Like I know you said he hasn't practiced his training, but Sonya mentions he's a 5-time black belt and he's a world champion. I'm like, why don't we get a feel like he actually knows how to fight? And when he's fighting
against
Baraka,
Baraka he
he's like,
does. Against
Johnny
Baraka he
Cage is a
does.
fucking act. I have stunt guys that do this, and I'm like, no, but Johnny Cage still can do this. Like the whole thing, that's what his whole character is, that no one believes he has the skills, and then he puts it on the line, and that's why he goes to the tournament. And it feels
They
like
changed
here
it.
they're essentially, in order to make him feel like the casual surrogate,
They changed
he
it.
can't do anything cool.
They changed it. It's a different story.
I understand it's a different story, but it's like, was it better? Like that's my question too. And I think Moist Critical essentially put that out where he was like, it's not bad, but at the end of the day, was it worth that creative liberty? And I'm like, at the end of the day, I don't know what is the benefit, because now we lose the potential of ever having Cassie Cage because he's 55. So
Unless we do
ever
time
Cassie Cage
travel.
becomes an adult, huh?
Unless we do time travel.
But then I'm saying, even if we do time travel, that means Cassie's not going to really know who her father is, because by the time she's 20, she's going to be 75. Like they're not going to be able to have that relationship like they do in MK11. And I think that's
They're gonna do
another core issue that
MK11 like
you and I
she's
were
gonna
having.
play young Johnny.
Huh?
They can do the MK11. She would play the role of young Johnny.
But I'm saying he's going to be, but then she just doesn't know her dad then. So it's like, it's not really going to
Yeah, I
work.
mean, you don't need to show that. It's like she's gonna meet his dad through there.
I guess if she never knew him, that could be interesting. But it's like, you and I were talking about this before the movie came out, and there's a very significant portrayal of Johnny Cage in the NRS trilogy, because I think NRS does an incredible job like fleshing out the new version of Hanzo, and Raiden is great, and I think Johnny Cage gets a lot of love in that trilogy in particular. And Old Man Johnny has the significance of starting off with him being an asshole, him being irresponsible, and then him having those softened edges where when you're comparing him as a parent to Sonya, he's actually the one that's not absent. He's there. He truly loves and is present for Cassie, and you see that Cassie has a great relationship with him. And here it's like we ran to Old Man Johnny, but you're not getting any of the benefit of the story for why Old Man Johnny is significant. So I'm like, why did we do this? And I know it sounds like it says you're not watching Mortal Kombat for a story. You're watching it for action. It's a boxing movie. And I understand that, but it's like then as a Johnny Cage fan, I feel like I got the short end of both sticks.
I don't agree. Like you're in the movie for most of it.
Fight. He doesn't.
He beat Baraka.
He does shadow kick once, and he does a nut punch once.
Who beats Baraka? Oh, wait, did Baraka beat Johnny? I don't remember. Did Baraka beat Johnny Cage?
Or no, Baraka didn't beat Johnny Cage. No, but like.
Wait, did Noob beat Johnny Cage?
Well, no. Remember, Johnny Cage took falling damage, and he was out of the rest of the fight, and then he had to wake up and do the shadow kick. He was knocked out. He was on his ass.
He wasn't knocked on his ass.
Sorry, he was knocked out on his stomach. His
face
forward.
Yes.
Yeah.
Get it right.
That's my thing. So it's like if we're not judging it based off of story, because I'm like, there's so much you could do to make Johnny Cage more interesting. Like, all right, if he is depressed, maybe we go into him needing to be Johnny Cage is to project that confidence in order to make people not understand how broken he is as a character, and it gives you that like superficial video game version, but it shows okay, that's just an act. Because if people are saying it's too corny or like no one acts like that, then how about you make that a part of his character? So it's like we didn't really get to see the story part play out because the movie was, I think, falsely advertised as a Johnny movie when it's clearly a Katana and Johnny Cage,
which I think was better for it.
I agree. I think Katana should be the main character, but I'm like, if you're selling this movie as this way, it sets up expectations. When you're seeing these expectations and you're going in thinking you're going to get a fully fledged story from Johnny, I'm like, you don't get that journey where, despite Mortal Kombat 2021 being a flawed movie, I think Cole Young has a better arc in that movie than Johnny Cage does here. But because
I don't think so.
You can't act.
I don't think so. I don't think so because in the beginning of this movie, after Johnny loses his fight to Katana and he's talking to Raiden, I had one chance to do something significant with my life and I fucked it up. And at the very end, when Raiden has his throat slit and he says, "Oh, you have to find Noob and break Shinnok's amulet," Raiden tells him, "I might not have enough energy to bring you back to Earthrealm. You might stay in Netherrealm, and no one will ever know what you did. They won't know your sacrifice." And Johnny Cage says, "I am okay with that." That is him being a hero. That is him earning his arc. Where sure you can say he goes in and he's not the best combatant because probably Scorpion steals that fight. But I think for everyone who played the Mortal Kombat games, especially MKX, one of the big complaints they had was there was no way Johnny Cage stands a chance to Shinnok in the first fight, and there's no way that Cassie Cage stands a chance against Shinnok. So in this, I am totally fine that Johnny is not running in to take on my boy Shao Kahn when Shao Kahn is literally immortal. Johnny hasn't done this in years.
No. I want to like I'm okay with Johnny getting his ass handed to him, but like trying, like you said, like if he felt guilty for losing that first round of Katana, I feel like it should have been a bigger deal. That like whether or not maybe he was overconfident, and let's say if they were drafting fighters and Raiden has to essentially pick who are the best matchups for which opponent, right? If Johnny Cage is overconfident, he steps in and is like, "Oh, let me show you how this is done." He believes that he's hot shit. He messes up the bracket, the seeding system, so probably he could unintentionally get Cole Young to match up with Shao Kahn, and he feels guilty. Like I feel like that's the problem. Is Johnny Cage doesn't really feel like he should be at fault for anything because it's like he's not doing anything. So I'm like, why do
he
you feel
lost
like
to Katana?
So did Cole Young feel like he let down his entire realm? Like he did the best he could. Like,
he got cheated. He got cheated. Cole Young got cheated.
No, he did. He did get cheated. So you're right. I'll put it this way then. I feel like for the Katana fight, then if Johnny Cage actually had put up a real fight rather than running away, and like he wasn't cool. Like it sounds like so simple to say, but like Johnny Cage is cool, and it didn't feel like in the action he got to be badass.
Can I say this? Like, this is me being genuine. It's not me trying to troll you.
Let's hear it. Local
But I feel like I feel like Johnny Cage fans are the only ones that are going to be complaining about Johnny Cage. But then they have to also realize that. No, but you have to also realize this. There's like 20 characters that need some amount of screen time, so they already give Johnny Cage the most amount of screen time. But you're like, oh, I want more. I want the best fight scenes.
I want quality,
not quantity. Better fight scenes. But I'm like, bro, he had 3 fight scenes. Jade gets like 2, and she loses them. Baraka gets 1 fight scene. He gets punched in the balls. He becomes a laughing stock. No, Kano doesn't really even get a fight scene. Raiden doesn't get a fight scene.
Cage, you're the greatest fighter we've ever seen.
Like, yeah, but that's not even Baraka. Because if I'm going to use your logic against you, that is not Baraka from the video games. He would never do that. It's like, I can, as a Baraka fan, I can say they went with a different interpretation, and I think it worked. And for Johnny Cage, I will concede. I think they could have went with a younger guy because now going forward, they might have pigeonholed. They might have pigeonholed themselves.
And I don't want to essentially rely on that argument. I don't think age is the biggest problem. Like, if they want to go with Karl Urban, I think we could make that work if the direction that they want to take that character felt like Johnny. But it's like, despite the age and I think the writing, these are all compiling issues that make it a problem.
Because I think the action department, I'm like, he still gets to do 2 of his iconic moves. He gets 3 fights, but you have to make the other characters look cool too. I feel like,
but I'm saying
not that you're this, but I see a lot of Johnny Cage. I see a lot of Johnny Cage fans online just complaining and only caring about Johnny Cage. But like, you have to also remember, Raiden was only in the movie for 5 minutes to get his throat slit.
That's not even true. That's not even true. And also, that's
is he in it for less?
So you're talking about, you're saying Johnny Cage fans are complaining about Johnny Cage. Well, yeah, because if you're saying he's the main character and you're talking about quantity, not quality, if we're seeing him on screen more and we feel like there are...
He's not bad quality, though.
Huh?
I don't think it's bad quality. I think it's not your expectations.
It's not the character, though. It's like... So then that's my question.
But you like Kano.
Why? Then let me ask you this.
But you like Kano.
Let me ask you this. So for Liu Kang, right? If they did the same thing where Liu Kang wasn't the character of the games and he doesn't do his moves, I feel like you would be complaining.
If he didn't do his moves, yes. If he didn't do his moves, yes.
He didn't do, yeah. So Johnny Cage doesn't get to do any of his powers.
He does ball punch and he does shadow kick. You got 3 moves.
Shadow kick he did once, and it wasn't like you gotta like do anything. So
like Sonya, all she did was the rings and the leg grab.
You said that he destroyed the amulet, right? How about if we're trying to do show not tell, when Raiden says, "I will not be able to bring you back to Earth Realm, and you might be stuck in the Nether Realm, and no one will know your sacrifice." Johnny Cage says, "I'm perfectly fine with that." How about we put Johnny Cage's words to the test and show, because apparently Karl Urban loves to do Lord of the Rings references in this movie. How about we have him essentially willing to fall into the lava of the Netherrealm in order to destroy the One Ring or the amulet, right? So we're seeing him say, "My life is not more important than Earthrealm, and I'm willing to be a small part of why we win." And we actually get to see it, and then that's when his powers kick in, like in MKX, where due to high tense situations, he becomes the godlike power that he has. I'm like, why not make that have significance outside of
I agree, that would be
narrating to himself in the,
that'd be cool.
Kick.
That'd be cool, but I'm like, what we still got was good. I think what you're thinking is you only look through the Johnny Cage lens, like, oh, I want this and that.
But I love the movie.
But how about we have the? No, but I'm saying you're saying I want Johnny Cage to have the soul moment, but like, how about we give it to the 4? You have Jade redeem herself for being a little rat. You have Scorpion put his I guess ending his hatred against Bihan by killing him. Kano is also coming in on his white horse, and you have Johnny. So like, sure, I think what you're saying is probably better than what we got, but I can understand for this movie is for all Mortal Kombat fans. Where I mean, to a lot of people, Johnny Cage might be the more boring character because, like you said, his moves are just martial art moves covered in green. But for this, it gives Kano fans significance. It gives Jade fans a redemption, and it gives Scorpion because. For a lot of people, Scorpion's their favorite character, and he's only in the movie at one fight. It's like, oh, then at least have him help in the climax.
No, 100% agree. That's actually, I think, one of the best points you made is like that moment has to be wrapping up Jay's arc, Scorpion's arc. Kano doesn't really have a moment there, or reason
Kano?
either outside of saving Earthrealm. That's a fair argument, and at the end of the day, I mean, I've said this multiple times. I did not want Johnny Cage to be the main character. I would have wanted him to be a little garnish used in the movie sparingly but effectively. So I can see because I know Johnny Cage now feels like the industry plant from NRS, and I have a problem with that too. It's like, especially in Mortal Kombat 1, he feels like he's the only character that ever gets attention from Ed Boon and that team, which is really weird because I'm like, he's not the mascot, but that's Scorpion. The main character is Liu Kang. So I can understand people that
are the writer
hearing Johnny Cage fans complain about this movie, and it's like, dude, Johnny Cage gets everything, and that's fair. But my thing is like, if you're positioning it as a Johnny Cage movie, then essentially you're going to be scrutinized if it doesn't live up to the potential of that character. Like, I don't think this version of Johnny Cage even really compares to 95 MK.
They're different. I think I like Uncaged Fury more than Johnny's opening in the original.
What?
Yeah, I think that's.
Are you serious?
Uncaged Fury is so much
video.
charm.
Is this for the YouTube video or is this
no. The Uncaged Fury is probably one of the best scenes in this movie. And I love the music. I love the music. I love the music in 1995 for that sequence. We're like, which is more Johnny Cage? Which is more Johnny Cage? Which one is more Johnny? Which one is more Johnny Cage? Uncaged Fury is more Johnny Cage, for sure. For sure, he's dressed. He looks like Johnny Cage. He's wearing the sunglasses. Is he even wearing the sunglasses in that moment, bro?
Who?
Is he even wearing the sunglasses in that 1995 moment, bro?
When he walks in through the door, I'm pretty sure he has the sunglasses on.
And he takes it off?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he takes it off.
Yeah, see, Johnny's fighting with the glasses the entire time, or they knock it off.
Yeah, but he feels like Chunk.
Chunk?
Like your chopped uncle, or like your.
I don't think he looks like Chunk.
I feel like he doesn't.
I think Shang Tsung is Chunk. Shang Tsung is Chunk. Don't get me started on that.
I know you hate Shang Tsung, and I don't know why, but like I don't want to make this video sound like I'm hating on the movie. I loved it, and I hope it does really well in these next couple of weeks, just so we can guarantee get a Mortal Kombat 3. And I think Karl Urban, even though I feel like he was a miscast, it doesn't mean that we're fucked. It doesn't feel like, oh, I'm gonna go in hating or rooting against this movie, because I do think there are glimmers of when Karl Urban feels like Johnny, like we were talking about earlier today at the Tarkatan camp, him being an asshole, him shit talking, him getting called on it. That is peak Johnny Cage.
Weapon! I need a weapon!
A weapon! I need a weapon! That was great. And if we can get more of that in Mortal Kombat 3, and we just push him to the side a little bit, and then just use him effectively but sparingly.
Like Sub-Zero, make him the main character. Yeah.
Because I think at the end of the day, Owen and I can both agree, the action is amazing. I thought the pacing was really great, and it's such a fun time, and it is a love letter to Mortal Kombat, the stages, the moves, and everything. So that's why just me as a Johnny Cage fan, I grew up loving the franchise. I've loved Johnny Cage since I was 5. I've dressed up as Johnny Cage for multiple different Halloweens across multiple different versions of Johnny Cage. So he definitely means a lot to me. So I understand, because I watched it with casuals, my coworkers, that stopped really liking Mortal Kombat after MK2 or 3, and they were surprised when I was telling them how much I disliked this version of Johnny. So I can see that it is effective for a certain type of audience, and I think if you're wanting it to be the video game version, that's where I kind of felt disappointed. But this is no way me saying that this movie is unworthy of the praise or attention it's getting. I just wished they took Johnny Cage in a different route, and I feel like there's a lot of interesting ways that I would have improved it, and I don't want to make this kind of feel like a fan fiction video, but I feel like there's a lot of great ways that you could at least endear Johnny Cage rather than making him feel like a self-pitying asshole. But overall, I loved this movie. We're big MK fans, so I want to just keep seeing Mortal Kombat get more attention and love, right?
Same. I mean, I agree. I think you had some good points, and I can possibly see, I think as a lot of Johnny Cage fans, maybe it was not quite what you wanted it to be. But I think what this movie did really well was, for all the MK characters that are in it, they tried their best to give them a moment that you can love as that fan. and I'm okay with that if Johnny Cage did not get quite the treatment that everyone would have wanted, just to ensure that we get more love for everybody else. That's my thing. I hope Raiden's in the movie for more than 5 minutes the next time around.
I agree, and I think he was in it for more than 5 minutes this time around, but I hope we can eventually start to dark.
Raiden was in the movie more than 5 minutes. I'm like, all right, about 5 minutes, approximately 5 minutes.
I
You
think
get
more
to
about like 15, 20 minutes he was in it.
Of screen time? Are you fucking serious? Or is this for the video?
Yeah.
Is this for the video or is this real? There's no way it's 15 minutes of screen time. You're a joke if you think that.
I definitely think so.
15 minutes of screen time.
Red Seed. That was a great scene. We had a lot of great.
He gets knocked out before the tournament starts.
Who?
He gets knocked out after Johnny Cage gets knocked out. How soon did Johnny Cage get knocked out?
That's how he said the first time. You said before the tournament, and then you're like, oh, shit.
No, I'm like, yeah, Johnny Cage got knocked out first. Johnny Cage got knocked out first. And you said Johnny Cage got knocked out right in the beginning. Johnny got knocked out in the beginning, yeah?
He did. But, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, we just love talking about Mortal Kombat. So I'm really curious to see the people that are watching this video. How do you feel? If you're a Mortal Kombat fan, which character did you wish got more love? Did you feel like Johnny Cage was done well? And what do you want to see from MK3? Right?
Yeah, I say, spoiler, I say bring back Shao Kahn.
No, we don't need to see Shao Kahn. He got everything he needed. I want to see the dead.
That was too. That ending was too violent. I didn't like that.
Yeah, it was not fair to Shao Kahn.
It wasn't cool.
They cheated because they had to 3v1 him. They weren't honoring.
That was so bullshit. That was so bullshit. Yeah,
he did
but it was a great watch.
3v1s.
Huh?
He did like 2 separate 3v1s. He did the Jax, Sonya, Liu Kang.
Yeah.
Sonya, Liu Kang, Katana.
Yeah. Yeah, they had to cheat.
Yeah,
they had to cheat the cheater.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had to cheat the cheater.
But
I think it was a great discussion.
Talk about Mortal Kombat with you, Omi, because it's been a while since we've had a discussion like this.
Yeah.
And we're hoping in the summer just to keep doing more and more videos like this, get back into a regular stream of content to come out your guys.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great time. I really want to hear what you guys think. Let us know who's right, who's wrong, and, you know, just keep it on the channel, you know? Stay tuned.
Yeah, be sure to drop a comment. Let us know. I mean, I agree Johnny Cage fans can be quite annoying. They're like the Gunn fans or the Snyder fans. So it's like they can be quite annoying. Yeah. Yeah, so are Johnny Cage fans.
If I was like a Snyder fan, then I apologize.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Worst, man.
Same with Gunn fans. Same with Jim Gunn fans.
Yeah, we can
yeah. But thank you guys for watching. Be sure to hit like and subscribe. We'll be back very soon with a new video. Thanks for watching, guys.
Have a good one, guys.